a random clip to talk about, but I just saw this on my timeline and I thought I'd share. This is featuring Mike Thurston and Simeon Panda. Mike Thurston, most of you guys will know, he's probably one of the best, I think, bodybuilder, kind of influencer, content creator type of guys on YouTube. I've been following his content for time, off and on, for this is for a long fucking time. His whole kind of crew of guys have gone on to do some pretty sick things. I forgot the names of them, but there's a few of these guys that he kind of hangs around with. I think one of the guys is from like Newcastle or some shit, but there's a bunch of them, right? These guys who kind of document their journey of working out a bunch, becoming bodybuilders, becoming PTs, influencers, whatever else it may be. Mike First has gone really far now. He's got his own podcast and stuff that he does. He lives in Dubai, all over the world. He films really cool fun vlogs, Long story less long, he decided to go over, I think this is LA if I'm not mistaken, to visit Simeon Panda. Now the funny thing is about this Simeon Panda guy, I remember seeing his page pop up on my timeline ages ago, and I was like, oh shit, I remember this guy. And I remember him from a weird place, and I definitely remember him looking completely different from a time when I used to go to this really popular church back in the day called KICC in Hackney. It used to actually be around wherever the fucking Stratford Stadium is, in that sort of area, when it was all kind of run down and shit. We used to go to that church over there, and I remember Simeon Panda kind of being, you know, coming to that church a couple of times, and he looked completely different, and he was on completely different timing. So it's pretty sick to see how he's transformed his life into what he's done now. But let me play a clip here. This is Kurt Show Made You Think 101. The caption says, bodybuilders Simeon Panda and Mike Thurston say they noticed at the age of 30 their bodies began to change.
Is there an age where you notice things were starting to get a little
You probably
bit more...
noticed it as well, 30.
Yeah.
Like I say 28 to 30. Like it's like, yeah, it's like, oh damn. So for me, I was always lean.
Yeah.
Without any effort whatsoever. Straight up genetics. Just before I even touched the weight, I had a 6-pack and I thought I was big, I was skinny, but but shredded, you know, just lean.
Yeah.
And then yeah, that maintained for years without having to touch cardio, just always diced. And then yeah, once 30 hit, started looking in the mirror and be like, oh, the lines aren't the same.
A little bit softer.
Yeah, exactly. So I had to work, which is fine. And to be honest, I really love it now. I love the cardio. I enjoy. Like, we're going straight to workout. We've done a little something, but normally I do 45 minutes every day.
Yeah.
To start off. You know,
before a session.
Before a session, and that never used to be my my style. I used to think if you do that, you're not going to have the energy for the workout. Yeah. But no, that's not the true at all. I'll literally finish during my 45 minutes, and I'm ready to work. Yeah. You know. So, do you have to do cardio to stay lean, or just diet?
No, not really. But I do notice I can stay lean if I'm doing a lot of walking. But there's periods during the year, for example, when Dubai is very hot, I just don't go outside and I don't walk. Step count is like 5,000 or less.
Yeah.
And I notice even if I'm just eating the same food, I'll start to accumulate a bit of fat.
Okay.
But you have remained extremely consistent with the way you look though. Like I've never seen you out of shape.
It never happened. not once. Yeah.
Have you even come close? Well, you just don't allow.
I've become a little bit softer and then just fixed up. Everything's visual for me, yeah. I don't necessarily weigh myself often. I don't count calories. Everything.
You don't count?
No.
Ever?
No. Well, back in the day, maybe.
Yeah.
Like competition times and stuff. But no, I'm visual now.
Anyway. The funny thing is about this is that I remember back in the day, right? This is a fucking weird thing how fucking the world works. But big up Simeon Panda, man. He's fucking smashing it. But I remember back in the day in KICC, this church was a little bit weird, right? It was a bit odd. Like I was in that church as well, part of this fucking stupid little crew that we used to run around in the church called Drawbear Gash, right? There'd be people getting smashed, you know, around the corner. There'd be people getting smashed around the corner. Double entendre there, you know what I'm fucking talking about. But I remember this one particular time, I don't know what happened, but Simeon Panda back in the day didn't used to look like this. Like you mentioned before, he was very skinny, very tall. I remember he used to kind of walk with a bit of a bop like that, right? He's kind of like always had a screw face on him as well. He looks completely different now, by the way. He's very cheery and open faced and stuff and happy. Clearly, you know, it helps to kind of be successful as well. But I remember him back in the day always having a screw face, being very tall, very skinny. And I don't know where he's from in London, but wherever he's from, I guess he had some issues. with these guys that used to come to my church, the elders in my church, and they go into some sort of passa, they go into some sort of argument. And I remember one day during our youth service, we had this little building to the side of the church. That was where we had the youth church called TNT. And I remember during one service on a Sunday, a fight broke out. Like, fight used to break out all the time. There'd be gangs warring in the honestly, one of the weirdest churches ever, man. Kingsway International Christian Center. Such a bizarre place. It had all the fucking preachers and people coming in and getting, you know, healed and getting baptized, all this malarkey. But then it also had this other bit that was like kind of attached to the streets, attached to the road, and I don't know, it was all over the place. One particular day on that Sunday, this gang came through, or these elders came through, and I guess one of the elders had maybe an issue with Simeon, and they got into some sort of pass, they got into some sort of back and forth that led to a fight, and he ended up getting rushed by, like, I don't know. At the time, it felt like it was 10 people. It could have been 5. I don't know how much it was. He held his own for in the beginning, but obviously, you know, where there was like 10 grown-ass men kind of overpowered him, and he was kind of like scrunched up on the floor, and I think he ended up getting up and running. But I remember that visually, right? Him, like, they were throwing chairs at him, kicking him, punching him. It was fucking crazy. But if I remember correctly, that might have been the last time I saw him too. So I don't know what happened after that. I don't know if he went away. I don't know if he moved house, or if he just kind of, you know, got himself off the roads and stuff. But I remember that visually. And again, like, he's completely different now. So I wonder how that story changed. I'm sure I wonder if he's probably spoken about on his channel. Maybe he hasn't. I don't know. But I'd love to know what happened afterwards, because it seemed like at the time he was, you know, leading a certain life. So maybe that's why that fight happened in the first place. Maybe it happened out of the blue because, you know, they're just being mean or something. I don't know. But I do remember that very, very, very viscerally. It being a very strange and kind of weird situation to be in a church and seeing somebody get rushed like that. Because you see it happen in school, you see it happen in your area, but it just didn't make sense. Like, that sort of violence, that sort of like attitude, that sort of aggression, that sort of whatever conflict happening in the fucking church was so bizarre. But in TNT and KICC, it became the norm. But it's fucking amazing to see how he's completely changed his life around now, and essentially is kind of smashing it in this like bodybuilding, workout, influencer, aspirational content shit that he's doing. It's fucking cool to see. So big up Simeon Panda, and big up Mike Thurston. Big up Simeon Panda, and big up Mike Thurston.